Everybody, and welcome to our January 21st regular council meeting. We have a short and sweet agenda today. But that being said, we do have one addition, and that's just a piece of correspondence from the fire department. So if I may please have a motion to approve adopt the agenda as amended.
I'll make a motion to adopt that as amended.
Thank you.
I'll second. No, Council Puckett.
Okay, all in favor? Passed. Okay, next up, we do have the minutes from the committee of the whole meeting from January 14th. So I need to move around a second there, please.
Make a motion to adopt the minutes from the committee of the whole meeting of January 14th.
Thank you, Councillor Slayer. And Councillor Wood. Any comments, questions?
There was one question that I had about the open payables to whether or not we paid Archangel Fireworks twice.
Yes, Your Worship, I can answer that question. Correct, they were on the open payables twice, but the first entry to Archangel was a check number 62790 dated November 15th, 2024. For the amount of $10,078.31. That's when the postal strike hit, so that check was canceled. And then it was back on lost payables that you've seen at the last meeting when you asked the question. So the new check, which was issued to them, was number 62860 for the same amount, $100,078.31. Sorry, $10,078.31. It would have been one good fireworks show for that.
Thank you.
So it was on and then canceled and then back on again.
So good catch, Councilor Slayer. You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so seeing none, all in favor of passing the minutes? Okay, that carries. Next up, we have the payables. Motion to pay the open payables in the amount of $604,000. I'm reading this wrong. $604,685.78.
I'll make a motion to pay the open payable.
Thank you, Councillor Paquette.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Councillor Puckett.
And Your Worship, just for the record, there was on this payables, there was two checks that were previously approved and reprinted due to the checks being lost. So they're not included in that title, but because they've already been approved, so they've been reissued. And then we had a canceled electronic funds transfer for $15,926.21, and it's been reissued as a check, but that amount was not included in the list, so it's been added on to come to that.
So thank you for that clarification.
Here's a wild guess. But the 2692, was that our janitorial services?
That is correct. Well, that be maybe the highlighted ones.
Can I ask you what 62,947 is? Moved water?
Move water, that is that for 10,000? Yes, that is a pump for district heat that was approved in last year's capital budget.
I think they're on here twice for different amounts. but it's
Yes.
not here twice. Thank you.
How about 6296? Sorry, I lost it here. 62962, that's dimensions.
Dimensions Tech, that is for our Delta One dispatch and our satellite communications and the fire trucks. That's
That's the service?
That's the yearly charge for that.
Okay, and then the one last time was the radios.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
How many hours were we billed for, or sorry, check number 62979?
629. That would be 62979. That is for 270 hours and travel and stuff. That was all part of that proposal for those phases. For the different initiatives. So that's
Sorry, you done?
Thank you.
Anything else? Anyone? Okay, so all in favor of passing the payables? Perfect. Sorry. Okay, so next up, we have the admin report, that was presented last meeting, for the playground equipment upgrades, RFP 2024-03. So we were in receipt of an admin report from admin and the purpose was to provide background information and tender award recommendations to council for the replacement of playground equipment at 3 park locations within the municipality. $500,000 was approved in the 2024 capital budget for playground equipment upgrades. This project is in line with council's strategic plan for improving housing, heritage, beautification, and parks, with park upgrades being identified as a priority area. So I'm not gonna go through all of the bids, we did that last meeting. So I'm just looking for a motion to award this tender.
I'll make a motion to award the tender to Play Envy, but before I do, to just speak to the playground updates. I know there's some discussion about not just the bidding process, but what how it was scored and whether different businesses that have contributed to various UConn, like the AYC sponsorship. I understand that did factor into consideration. There was also some debate whether or not different tenders can be adjusted to meet various needs, but in all fairness, then you'd have to reopen it to everybody in doing so, so that wouldn't be fair, that would be a fair or just practice to start so bad precedent. So yes, I am in favor of awarding to Plan B. They were the committee that chose it. It was $50,000 cheaper than all the other ones. The design was reached a wider audience. There were so many things to like about it. I understand that there's some concerns about it, and I just wanted to address any of those concerns if I could. And in saying so, it's still at the end of the day, we have a process, and I would like to award the playground or the tender award to Play Envy in the amount of $441,782, GST excluded.
Thank you, Councilor Slager. So we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second? Second by Councilor Webb. Thank you.
Your worship, I can answer Councilor Slager's question.
Sure. Yes, thank you.
So yeah, the tender was issued under guidelines in the town's procurement purchasing policy. And under 5.3.3 lays out where we must use request for tenders or request for proposals. So a request for proposal must be used for any purchase valued over $50,000 and may be used for lesser value purchases. So an RFP is an alternative to request for tender. Normally, normally used for provision of services, complex goods or construction that allows the bidder to propose a solution to the town's requirements, which may include providing unique skills. The selection of a successful supplier would be based on an evaluation overall, best value to the town is defined by the specifications in the request for proposal. So when the request for proposal comes in, also under 5.3.5, an evaluation team must evaluate all bids to conform with compliance and requirements set out in the solicitation document. The evaluation team will be formed comprising of at least 2 staff members, one of each, one of which will be the manager of the department requesting the deliverables. The evaluation team will conduct and evaluate bids in accordance with the evaluation methodology as set out in the solicitation document. And so that team will be formed. So we actually used 5 staff members for this one instead of 3 because it was such a complex bid. So based on that, there was multiple criteria which were scored. And so that took place, and then to the next part, to Councillor Slater's question about local preference. In under 5.3.6, local preference in bid price-based competitive procurements. In a price-based competitive procurement where the total purchase price is up to $100,000. And the local business bid meets the requirements as set out in the solicitation document, the town will give preference to procurement from a local business as follows. So for procurements valued $50,000 to $100,000, where the local bids, total bid price is not more than 3% higher than the lowest compliant non-local bid, so it's only 3%. Okay. So that deals with the local component. So based on the bid at 441. Just bear with me. So 441 times 3%. So the for a local bid, they could only be $13,230 higher than the lowest bid. So that would put the bid at 453.
Understood.
Okay.
Put a motion in, Councilor Webb seconded.
Yeah, so does anyone else have any comments or questions that they would wish to add to that?
What is the warranty on the plate and be seen it here? Warranty on it?
It was all based on the same for everybody across the board. They had to meet minimum standards and they all did.
Which is,
I'd have to go to the tender document.
sorry, I'm looking at it too. Blue in 5 years. Didn't see any on the plate on the bay for some reason. It's looking for it. So again.
Anyone else she's looking for that?
The other ones might not actually state it, but they had to meet the minimum standards that were required.
I think that's what they may have stated in their.
Yeah.
In their proposals, because if they met the standards,
They met standards
I
as
don't think they
required.
actually. put
This one actually
warranties or-
didn't
or
put any
stated, yeah.
date. Thank you. Appreciate that, 'cause I'm looking for it.
Did you have anything else, Councillor Pickett?
No, I was looking at, like, I was just looking at the warranty, and do we know what that last? The warranty would, like, the standard warranty would it be 5 years? Is that what you're?
I
Or we don't know, and
And
Bear with me as I'll go through the
Right.
tender document.
he's mentioned something about
Maybe
that
that's-
as well.
we've got little kids, so
That we got
With-
from the other.
thinking that you would be a real good resource for this.
I agree with
Not just, I do have to say, Blue M always comes to our, AYC. Like, they always come to our.
Your worship, I understand that, but we're not AYC, we're the town of Watson, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's one of the things that they do, they always are there, so I'm just putting that out there.
Okay, so
Warrant, must provide. Yeah, so they all must provide detailed warranty information. I'd have to go through each one of the submissions then.
is it likely to change your?
No, I just wanted warranty wise,
Okay,
right?
so
Like,
perhaps Steve can get back to you with that info. And since there are no further discussion on this, I will call the question, all in favor of passing this motion. So that will carry. Thank you. So last up, we have an admin report that we reviewed last week about the transferring of some funds to our reserve accounts. So let me flip it over. So the recommendation from admin and from our finance officer is to a recommendation to transfer $250,000 into our existing environmental services reserve fund and $250,000 into our operational contingency reserve fund. So the recommendation is that council make a motion to transfer 500,000 from our general account to our existing reserve savings account. So, we kind of discussed this last week, so just looking for a motion to make that transfer.
Make a motion to transfer 500,000 from our general account to the environmental services reserve and the operational contingency reserve.
Thank you, Councilor Slager.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Bucket. Any comments or questions on that? Okay, seeing none,
So, okay, Council, what was your,
I'm going, the
recommendation.
recommendation. I was just stating it so that it was on record for going into both the environmental services reserve and half going in there and half going in the operational contingency reserve.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, so all in favor? Thank you, so that carries. So the last thing, on the agenda is this, letter from the fire department. And Councillor Paquette is declaring conflict. She's gonna step out for a moment. Please close the door.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is a note from the Watson Lake Fire Department. So I'll just read it to you. So dear members of town council, I hope this letter finds you well. As the fire chief of the Watson Lake Fire Department, I'm writing to request the town support in providing free access to the community gym for our dedicated volunteer firefighters. The physical demands of firefighting require our team to stay in shape to perform their duties safely and effectively. Many of our volunteers are balancing their commitments to the department with full-time jobs and other personal responsibilities, making it challenging to find time for regular exercise. By offering free access to the community gym, the town would help ensure that our volunteers have the opportunity to stay in shape, maintain their health, and be ready to respond to emergencies when needed. In addition to improving physical fitness, this initiative would foster stronger teamwork and camaraderie among our volunteers, as they would have a shared space to train and connect outside of emergency situations. It would also be a positive step towards increasing volunteer retention and recruitment, demonstrating the town's commitment to supporting the well-being of those who serve our community. I believe that providing free access to the community gym would be a valuable investment in both the health of our volunteers and the safety of Watson Lake. Thank you for considering this request, and I'd be happy to discuss this further. So that's from our fire chief, Johnson. So, thoughts?
Motion to approve it.
I have no issue with that, I'm just wondering how will it be, will they sign in, will they,
Yes.
how will you track it?
Yeah, so your worship, it will be each one of the members of the fire department will have a card that's strictly
Okay.
for their use. Probably 5 years ago, we had done another pilot project like this. And at that time, it started off with just, they could go whenever they wanted, and then the fire department came back and wanted to do a team building thing, so then they blocked the gym one night a week for an hour or whatever it was, and that went for a little bit and then petered off and stopped happening, and then there's never been another request until now, so.
Yeah.
So we'll track it like.
So
that,
by
Jim.
cards, what do you mean, a swipe card,
No.
like a pass?
Yeah, we have membership card, yeah, we have membership cards, and then, as you know, in the capital budget is where we wanna get the recreational software.
Right.
And then it'll be tracked in the system out there.
Perfect.
Just was thinking, because the app, it was like electronic swipe or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's strictly for.
We don't have the technology for that yet.
No,
Okay, so any comments? We're good?
No, I agree 100%, I'm gonna vote.
Yeah, so do I.
I got no problem with that whatsoever.
Perfect. So I guess just looking for a motion to approve that.
Motion to.
Thank you, Councilor Bucket. And second, Councilor Wood. All in favor? Perfect. Thank you. So that passes.
yeah.
We'll let Councilor Paquette back in. I really have to think about it.
You can call me Councilor.
It's Councilor. We got to.
Yes.
So, we don't have anything for in camera, today, but we do have Councilor perform, so if anybody has anything they want to bring forward. Today,
I had one thing that was brought. Good.
no, go ahead.
I was asked, so. The food bank, it brought to my attention that they want to have. People like. Register themselves and their children, and I heard that this is a Canada-wide thing, but like it's. I don't understand the like. You know, people that go to the food bank, it's like. I don't want to say that it's shameful, but it's just like. You're already down on your luck, you know what I mean, like, why do you have to register?
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean, like.
It's, my understanding is that they're trying to keep some sort of stats on it, but I don't know for sure what the purpose behind that is.
You can't just have like this many people, do you need actual names, like, isn't that,
That's what I was thinking.
isn't that kind of like, I don't know, I just don't like it, and I don't know if we could write. I don't even know who we write that letter to, that's like,
There's a, and I don't know if this is the right group, but there is a Yukon Food Security Organization, Food Bank Canada.
you know, I don't know, I just think it's
We
just like,
can,
yeah, I'm down on my luck, oh, you want to know the name and birth date and my social insurance number, it just seems really intrusive. And unnecessarily so.
so what do you want the letter to say?
I don't know that that just exactly that, like.
That it's weird.
That, no, not that it's, that it's,
Stigma on people.
yeah, you know, it's hard enough to walk through those doors and admit that you need help, and then you have to be like,
Have it documented.
yeah, you know, it just.
Is it for people abusing that system though too? Like, is there?
Yeah, I
You know
mean-
what I mean?
I truly
If-
think it has to do with them just trying to collect stats, but I think
Right.
there has
Do
to
you
be.
know what information they're requesting?
They want the names and ages of any dependents that live with you, and I'm sure that maybe in a big city, like say Winnipeg, or Edmonton.
Where it's more
You could be
anonymous.
hitting
Yeah.
several food banks along the way,
Here you go.
but like, we're not Edmonton. And, you know, what I mean, like, I don't know.
Okay, So-
If we could just, so I guess my ask is, can we find out who Food Bank Canada, I'm hearing,
yeah,
might be a good place to start to write them a letter and say like. Why is this your policy, and maybe you could rethink it? Or like, find a different way that you don't need such exact information.
yeah,
You know what I mean, like. It just seems. Wrong,
we will draft something.
that's all.
Yeah, thank you. Does anyone else have anything for tonight?
Just play envy. Who is the local contractor that bid on it? Was there a local contractor?
Not, with Blue Imp, they were using well, Skylar Hogan is their subcontractor they were gonna use.
This guy who lives in the town.
He does not, lives in Lyons.
Well, then he's not a community member. I mean, how long has he been
It's
on?
close, no, with regards to that, Councilor Winfield, more along the lines of. Whether the other bid came through via Whitehorse through BC. And it was asked whether or not we gave more. Credence because it was a more local bid than the other ones. You know what I mean?
No, I see what you're saying, but when it comes to local bid.
But it wasn't actually, they don't have a physical address.
If you're either you're local, you're not local. If you lived here for 30 years and you moved away for 10, that doesn't make you local.
Your paying taxes to the town.
I just
No,
curious.
no.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
Flag poles, we looked at, or we flag poles, are we starting with any kind of flag pole policy?
That will come if the flagpoles are approved in the capital budget.
It's perfect, thank you.
They don't need a policy in the step.
And then you have the pole, okay, that's great. Perfect.
I was wondering what hazardous material, if any, do we accept in that?
Batteries, fluorescent bulbs. And there's something else minor, otherwise we don't accept any.
Pretty much just smaller.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But there's other stuff, so when we're having hazardous materials day,
That's.
they come and that's when you can drop. all your
Right.
stuff.
Drop the rest of it off.
Yeah, but it was just regarding with removal of the rec center and new building and having, just because it was such a huge cost.
Okay. Good. So, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, of course, no, I'm good.
Um. Yeah, so I just wanted to, just go on record to, recognize the passing of Barb Suffolk today. Barb was a longtime employee and very valuable. So, condolences to her family.
Yeah, condolences to the loved ones. Thank you for that.
So we are doing up a card, for all the staff and council, so if you guys want to sign, Tiffany will hold it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, well, on that note, we do not have anything further on our agenda, so I will just ask for a motion to adjourn. The motion to adjourn. Thank you, Councilor Trent, and second, Councilor Norma, all in favor. Thank you, good night, everyone. Oh, sorry, before we log me off, just a reminder about our town hall meeting this Thursday at the Curling Lounge at 6 p.m. And also tomorrow night at the community hall, there's the Wildland Fire community dinner as well, so hopefully to see everybody in the gallery, both on Zoom and in person there tomorrow, so thank you so much.